Okay, here we are. Same day as when we got done with the Fiero Awards. We're gonna work on this. Paul's got this behemoth, which is gonna get bolted onto the bottom of the transmission. It's like a trans pan, but that I guess will help strengthen the transmission, so I guess it won't break.
Hopefully.
Hopefully that's the plan. Hopefully it wasn't a complete waste of time. Hopefully it's not like a gimmick. Weight reduction's going out the window because that's a thick ass plate.
Probably not even that much heavier than a stock one. The stock one's like steel.
Yeah, but it's only like 22 gauge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do I care about weight?
You're carrying a ½ inch of fucking aluminum.
It's almost an inch.
Yeah,
it's like 19 millimeters, I think, and 25 millimeters is an inch.
Good God. So it's like probably 3/4 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, hopefully that will inhibit it from saying hello to the road. Hopefully Paul's not picking his transmission off the road this year.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say. But
until the end of the year, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's making the boosties.
Yeah, hopefully we're making 30 pounds by the end of the year. But yeah, so we got to pretty much jack it up, take off the old one, try not to drain it all over the fucking ground. And then, yeah, that. We might try and get the GPS wired in. I don't think. Oh, and then we'll probably wait. Are we gonna swap that out?
What?
That your intercooler thing for the ball valve.
The rest of it comes.
Yeah, might as well. So yeah, because it's got snap rings in there, that'd suck. But yeah, and then I might try and get like my rear bumper off and get the rear diffuser off. Just because I need to make some sort of progress. That's about all I really feel like making. So, yeah, I mean, until I end up taking it all out, till the motor's out of it by the end of the day. We'll see what the hell happens. I know I'm going to be, hopefully in this video, I will, by the end of this video, the end of this day, I will have a 3800 Series 2
in the Fiero.
Supercharged. Yeah. Yeah, it's showing up today. It's going in today. Should be super easy.
Pretty much bolted.
Well, when I get the 3800, I actually want to bolt the F23 up to it. So that way, because once that's bolted on there, then I can get mounts and everything made. That's what I want to try and do. Like, my goal is like a month and a half or so. I want the trans and motor mounted on the cradle. So, yeah. Because I got to make progress. It'd be nice to be able to get it out before the end of the year, like just before winter, but I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm gonna have some issues when it comes to trying to get microsquirt working on it, because I've asked him some.
Year, or when we put in that other motor, wasn't it at the end of the year you got it out?
Yeah. Well.
When you first swapped it.
Yeah. I think so.
Or when you first did microsquirt.
Well, I know we did microsquirt. Yeah, we did it like
at the end of the year.
Yeah, we had like a month. I drove it for like a month or whatever on microsquirt.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I'm thinking the wiring is going to be the hard part. I'm trying to find some stuff on it. There is some, but it's all from like 2005, and I haven't really found anything newer than that.
I haven't looked.
And
I'm a Google guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have him look, but I've looked. I can't really find nothing. I tried checking all the stuff, but I haven't really looked in too hard. I'm waiting to get the motor in my hand, because then I can actually look at like wiring. That will be a lot better. That's how I work. I work on what I can fucking see in front of myself. I can figure out that wiring after that. But, and I mean, worst case scenario, I got to go back to HP tuners, but then that's really going to screw me because it's only, well, I guess it doesn't really matter that it doesn't have a 3-bar map sensor because it has a map sensor. It's just I really don't want a map sensor because map sensors are gross. Even though they make my life super easy, I'll never have to, the map sensor will change with everything, so like the weather and all that stuff, that makes life a little bit easier. It's not a speed density tune, but yeah. But yeah, okay, enough rambling on. Let's just do some work. Well, I got this done. Ha! There's a hole in my block. Alright, all jokes aside, that's where we're sitting at right now. I just got the exhaust off, got the tail panel, the rear diffuser, rear bumper part. And then we'll see what else I can get off. And Paul over here, he just got the oil pan or the trans pan off. So this is the stock one. This is the new improved. This guy, pretty light. Oh, they're about the same. They're actually about the same.
Told you.
Now it's missing the drain plug, so inaccurate.
Yeah, it's right here. Is this?
Inaccurate.
Oh yeah, it's pretty heavy. That
Yeah.
would
Yep.
put it over the top then.
Yeah. I think they probably weigh really, really close to the same. It's crazy. But yeah. So that should definitely be a big upgrade from that. How crucial that is, I have no idea, but apparently it must be pretty crucial enough that they're making aftermarket parts for it.
I think a lot of guys do it for off-field drive, like in Monteros, or yeah, stuff like that.
Eh. What's it gonna hurt? It wasn't even that expensive, was it? Wasn't it like 50 bucks? 100 bucks. Okay, it's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. Hopefully.
Or they're making it.
Yeah, pretty much. We were gonna make one, but because the guy wasn't making them again or whatever, and
Well, there was one, but it was like 180 bucks.
yeah, that's a bit
I
much.
came with the hardware, but that cost me $12 for the hardware.
Yeah. So, well, now he's got to get that on. We got to put some, well, what did you get?
What?
Oh, you went with,
The red.
that, what, for your oil, or the transmission oil? What are you using? Using some synthetic?
Yeah.
Some synthetic gear oil, some 75/90. That looks really good on camera. The red's way crisper than it is in person.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're at. All right, so I took off the back head. Shit, I did a lot of crap. Pretty much got the turbo off, took that off. Oil cooler lines are disconnected and they're up in this bag, so hopefully we don't get no debris in them because I'm not going to take it off. I believe that's it. I think Paul's got this back down on the ground, pans on, and you just got the center console back on and filled it up and all that good stuff. So I don't remember if I filmed it, but it's down there, nice and shiny. So, ow!
Easy guy.
No.
You rip it?
Yep.
Hey, watch out. That's
Sorry, I can't have nice things. Just ripped my shirt on it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna work on taking out more crap. See if I can get this thing out today. So let's do that. Alrighty, look at that. Got ourselves a 3800 supercharged. Should be Series 2. I have absolutely no fucking clue how to differentiate. I'll probably have to look. I'm pretty sure it's a Series 2. I think the Series 1's like really old. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. This is like my first 3800 to actually like ever touch, so. Yep. So I've already went ahead, pulled off the wiring harness. I have a whole harness with a PCM, so that works out real good. If I need to go HP tuners, at least I got everything, and I just gotta dumb it down. I'm not sure how much more I'm actually going to do today for removing of this, because that's not really the goal for today. The goal for today is going to be getting this fucking cradle out, because I need to get the cradle out, get the whatchamacallit, the trans off and all that stuff out for another guy for another 3800. So yeah, and it's looking like I'm gonna have to make a manifold, just like I did on 34. Obviously crossover, not a big deal. But crossover might actually be even easier. We'll see. So yeah, that, and I guess that's really all I got. I might just buy a power log, I think it's what it's called, from ZZP. So I can have that, and then I just got to make up the rest of my turbo crap. Cause I actually don't mind the way the back one looks pretty cool. The power logs actually look similar to what those look like. So I'm gonna have to look into maybe an alternator relocation, because this one, if you look at this mount, it comes up here and it mounts straight into the freaking side of the supercharger. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not gonna work. Well, unless I pull, so there's two options. I could put a naturally aspirated intake on here, or I could do a block off plate on here, and then it's pretty much just running a supercharged body, just without the blower, which I hear is probably maybe the smarter option. So maybe that's what I'll end up doing, because that might actually be my option. So, yep, that's what I got. And don't know much else to say other than that. So, then Paul's over there. I think he's putting in a new stud. 5 new studs. So, should have buy some ARP ones apparently. Yeah, ARP makes them. And then yeah, I guess that's all I really got. All right, back to it. We're streaming. Not too many people are popping in, but that doesn't matter anyhow. So, well, it does matter to us, but it's not. If you know what I'm saying. All right, back to it. All right, so Paul got new studs and everything's got Loctite, torque to spec. Yeah.
Well, I got my little Fiero blanket on.
Oh, there's a little inchworm here.
On the car?
Yeah, he just fell on your car.
Son of a... Oh.
It's a big one.
What a fatty.
What were you saying?
It's got a Fiero blanket on too.
Oh. Woo! Shiny.
Brand new.
Look at that brand new turbo blanket. I love that titanium wrap. That stuff's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then this. Engine cradle's out. I tested the, what is that, tensile strength? Tested the tensile strength of my ground cable here. So
Strong.
it's strong.
Look at that hole.
Well, it's pretty messed up. Yeah, that's, I guess now we really can see it. It's cracked, the blocks, or the pan's cracked all the way down. Oh yeah, there's like a, I forgot there's a windage tray in there too. That thing is dented. This thing's gonna be fun to take apart. So I gotta take it apart for the pistons.
See all the carnage?
Yeah, hopefully I can sell the pistons for like $400.
You gonna buy another one or you just gonna sell 5?
I'm just gonna sell 5. Tell them it's $175.
Give them all the specs and everything.
I would send the other one with, but I want that. That's my trophy. I earned that. I earned that right. Yeah, so I got to take off transmission so that way I can get that out. Well, I got to have it ready so that way when the guy comes with the other one, it's good to go. I mean, I got a while for that, but I think I'm done with this. I'll probably like clean up, reorganize a little bit, and then I'm going to jump onto this. I think I'm going to pull off the alternator, then pull this snout off of the supercharger, pull it apart, and then yeah, kind of play around with that. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we've pulled a lot of crap off. So we pulled the supercharger out, kind of messed around with it. So pretty much just need to get a plate for this. I don't know if I need to port or anything in there. I'll look into that. I pulled this water, it was for the heater core. So I can either reroute this like back into each other or plug it. I'm gonna look into that, see if that's okay to do. What else did I pull? Pulled all the pulley system off for the supercharger because we don't need that. And then we got the water pump. So we got water pump. And then I'll have to probably create a bracket down here for the alternator, which shouldn't be too big. I made one for this, so it shouldn't be that any more different than that. I see plenty of mounting points to make one, so it should be good. Trying to think here. I think that's about it. I just threw some knocker loose penetrant on the spark plugs and on this whole header onto these crossover bolts. So that stuff can sit for a bit. Gonna get, and I got one on the EGR thing back there too. It's behind this, so I'm pretty sure that's literally everything I can pull off. I'm thinking what I'm going to end up having to do is, like, I want a fuel pressure regulator, so I'm going to have to get rid of this one. So I think what I'm going to have to do that is pretty much chop this, and then I'm going to cut the line, like, probably down here, and then adapt the line to AN6. I'll also see what other people's are doing. So that's kind of what I've got going on here. So other than that, that's all I've got right now. haven't touched anything else. Still live streaming. Paul's pretty well done. I think he got his GPS wired in, so when he presses the ignition, it should kick on. So yeah, put the ignition on, boom, turns on. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see what else I end up doing here. So that's where I'm at. All right, so this is probably where we're gonna end it. I'm gonna leave it a disaster. Yeah, we didn't really do nothing. We went and got some food, and we were gonna try and pull the crank pulley off, but we can't get it because we need the 1/4-inch bolts. So we tried using some threaded rod. That ended terribly. So yeah, get excited. Oh, and then we pulled off the fuel rail to check and see if the ejectors I have that I bought for the 3400 would work. Had no really doubt that they would do it. Just figured why not. They'll work, so that's good. We have some 80-pound injectors for it, so we can go big or go home
quick.
Turn it up. And then we're just kind of trying to figure out the reason why I wanted to pull out the crank pulley, so that way we can try and like look at the crank sensor, maybe count some teeth, and try and figure out how that's all going to work. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's looking like I'm going to have to fabricate up an alternator relocation for down there. There is some, but they're for this side, and I don't like that. So I like it back there, and that's where it's going. We're going to have to block off these 2 ports or see if I have to loop them. I'm not sure. There's something else I had to fabricate. What do I have to fabricate? Oh, yeah. So for the pulley system, we're going to be doing... It's going to go around this. I'm going to have to build a bracket so we can have a pulley right here. And then that pulley is going... So it's going to go boop, around this pulley, down, around the alternator, and around there. If there's not enough surface area on everything, I'm going to have to probably put a pulley down here. So, but as of right now, that's kind of where we're sitting. We're pretty much just planning at this point. I think at some point I'm going to have to, hopefully probably maybe next video, we'll be getting that motor off, the transmission off, maybe try and get the F23 on there so I can get that kind of mounted up. I don't know how I'm planning to do this whole thing because this shit weighs a ton. So I'm going to have to like get this thing on the ground. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a blast, one might say. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.